Welcome to Awesome Code. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will see example of inheritance in C++, and we will write a program which will define a base class person. The person will have a data member of type string called name and a single parameter user-defined constructor which will initialize the name. And we will have a getter function of type string get name which will return the name. Then we are going to write a student class which will inherit from the class person. The class person will have a data member called email of string type, and we will have a user provided constructor that will initialize the email and the name fields of student class. And we will have a getter function of type string get email which will return the student's email value. Let's see how to do it. So we will have a base class person and extend its functionality in the drive student class. First I'm going to include IOStream, then include string, include IOStream, include string, then our person class person, and in this person class I will have a private data member of type string name, private string name, and here I'm going to add a line using namespace std, and now I'm going to add our constructor that will be public and add explicit with our constructor const and this will be of type string p name for person name, and then we are going to set the value of our name variable to this p name. Oh, we marked the single parameter constructor with explicit to prevent the compiler from making implicit conversion. And now I'm going to add our getName function, which will return our name for this person class. It's going to be string type, and it will be getName and const return name. now we are going to add our student class student, and it will inherit from public person class, and we will add its member. It already have a name coming from person, and we are going to add one more. This will be over here, private type, string, email, the student's email, and then I will have a constructor for student, which will be public. Student constant string reference, and our s name, student name, and then string type email, s email for student email, and we are going to call person class constructor to set the value for name and pass in our student name, and then we are going to set our email value by passing in s underscore, it's lowercase s underscore email. So we use the parent class constructor to set the name value, and over here we are setting email value, which is field of student class. Then I will add a function which will return a string get email constant type return email. So this function will return an email for the student. And now I'm going to add a main function where we are going to create a person object and call getName function. Then I'm going to create an object of student class and call its getName and getEmail function. This will be int main, and first we are going to create a object of a person class. So it's gonna be person, and I will name it P, and pass in name Tom, and now just call or print, and we are going to call its function get name, and then add end of line. Now I'm going to create a object of student class, student class. This will be S, and the name will be Mike. And here we are going to pass an email to Mike at somemail.com. So in a student class, we have both the name and the email. Name is coming from a person class, and this field, email field, is in student class. I'm going to print out cout student dot get name and end of line character, and then I'm going to print out email is, and over here I'm going to call students get email function, and then end of line character, and I'm just going to save my program and run. There's a reference to the address sign missing from here. I fix all the constant with the S missing in my code, so I added S. And when I run the program, we can see it printed the email address, and before that, the name Tom for the person, and for the student Mike, and Mike's email. So this way we can use the inheritance in our C++. I also fixed the one over here down, passing into our constructor student. I added a const here and a reference sign, the and sign to the student. To keep on learning, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Asim Code. Keep supporting me, and thank you for watching.